Hello Internet, 60x Self. I know, it's been a while. Turns out, having a child that doesn't sleep, probably inherited that from me, means there is no time to do anything ever. I barely have time to sit down and play a video game, let alone record and then edit a video for the internet. However, I've been thinking a while, even before the kid was born. I've got a lot of different ideas kicking around in my head, and one of those is singing. For those that don't know, I used to do a lot more music in my teenage years, more than 10 years ago at this point. But I fell away from that for a variety of reasons. For one thing, I became employed. I made more music at a time when I had a lot more free time. But I'm always trying to improve still, even as a singer, as a vocalist, as a bunch of different things. So a series that I thought about doing is me looking for feedback. Really, I'm gonna post some acapella stuff. Maybe I'll try to layer the music underneath of some of these, at least a little bit. We'll see. Copyright's funny like that. But if it's acapella, that's fine. I'm looking for feedback. I'm looking for tips. I'm looking for tricks. I'm looking for constructive criticism. I've reached a point where I've done enough research online and I've done enough practicing and tinkering with different techniques and different throat arrangements. Things like pushing with your diaphragm, opening the throat more. It sounds dirty. Anyway, I've reached a point where I don't know what I'm doing wrong at this point. So I'm looking for help from the internet. If you see that I'm doing something wrong, or if you hear very clearly that I'm doing something wrong, or something that I can improve, even if not wrong, or something that could be different, or something you definitely like that I should focus on, or something, whatever, I'm looking for feedback. So I figured to start this off, I would do Boyinaband's Don't Stay in School. Here we go. I wasn't taught how to get a job, but I can remember dissecting a frog. I wasn't taught how to pay tax, but I know loads about Shakespeare's classics. I was never taught how to vote. They devoted that time to defining isotopes. I wasn't taught how to look after my health, but mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Never spent a lesson on current events. Instead, I studied the old American West. I was never taught what laws there are. I was never taught what laws there are. Let me repeat, I was not taught the laws for the country I live in, but I know how Henry VIII killed his women. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. Glad that's in my head instead of financial advice. I was shown the wavelengths of different hues of light, but I was never taught my human rights. Apparently there's 30. Do you know them? I don't. Why the hell can't we both recite them by rote? I know igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary rocks, yet I don't know squat about trading stocks or how money works at all. Where does it come from? How does the thing that motivates the world function? Not taught to budget and disperse my earnings. I was too busy there rehearsing cursive. Didn't learn how much it costs to raise a kid or what an affidavit is, but I spent days on what the quadratic equation is. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. They made me learn that over basic first aid, or how to recognize the most deadly mental disorders or diseases with preventable causes, or how to buy a house with a mortgage, if I could afford it, because abstract maths was deemed more important than advice that would literally save thousands of lives. But it's cool, because now I can tell you if the number of unnecessary deaths caused by the choice was prime. Never taught present-day practical medicines, but I was told what the ancient Hippocratic method is. I've got a headache, the pain is ceaseless, what should I take? Maybe try some leeches. Can we discuss domestic abuse or how to help my depressed friend with her mental state? No. But learn mental maths, because you won't have a calculator with you every day. They say it's not the kids, the parents are the problem. Then if you taught the kids to parent, that's the problem solved then. All this advice about using a condom, but not for when you actually have a kid, when you want one. I'm only fluent in this language. For serious, the rest of the world speaks too. Do you think I'm an idiot that chooses solar over the political system? So like a typical citizen now, I don't know what I'm voting on, which policies exist or how to make them change. Mais oui, je parle un peu de français. So at 18, I was expected to elect a representative for a system I had never, ever been presented with. But I won't take it. I'll tell everyone my childhood was wasted. I'll share it everywhere how I was educated, and insist these pointless things don't stay in school. I definitely know I messed up in a couple of spots. I'll probably throw some annotations in there for those. But if there's anything that is not mentioned by me that I could do better, or if there's something that would be helpful, again, constructive criticism is what I'm looking for. He is a fantastic musician. He's one of my favorites going on YouTube right now, right up there with your Andrew Huangs and your Dan Bulls and your Rob Scallons. There's a lot of very talented musicians on YouTube if you're into music, but Boyinaband is up there and definitely my favorite. Subscribe here if you want to see more weird random videos I'm going to do. We'll see what the next song I do is. There's a few things that I need to work on. My guttural screams could use some work. Anyway, bye internet.